Prime Ministers also participated in the formal launch of the Quad STEM Fellowship, which will be offered to 25 students from each of the Quad countries. Prime Minister, towards the end of the Quad Summit deliberations, also put forward specific proposals that could contribute to guiding the Quad agenda in months and years ahead. Some of these proposals include: 1. Need to take solid initiatives on the field of climate finance and sustainable developments. 2. Emphasized on the importance of building appropriate platforms for the industry and businesses in the Quad countries and between the Quad countries and the Indo-Pacific countries to forge partnerships in the field of critical and emerging technologies. And 3. Informal and formal mechanisms to strengthen partnership among the like-minded countries in the areas of common interest. As I mentioned upfront in the beginning, besides participating in the Quad Summit, Prime Minister also held bilateral meetings with President Biden, President Kishida, and Prime Minister of Australia. Prime Minister Kishida and Prime Minister of Australia. First, with regard to the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Biden. The two leaders appreciated the importance and need of regular interactions between the top leaders of the two countries. The meeting was warm and substantive, and also a very important opportunity to discuss significant areas of our bilateral engagement and also the important regional and global issues. They also reiterated their shared commitment to maintaining a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. Prime Minister Modi and President Biden welcomed the signing of the Investment Incentive Agreement that happened yesterday. This agreement will boost investment by the US Development Finance Corporation in sectors of mutual priority. You would perhaps be aware, DFC's current portfolio in India amounts to investment of around $4 billion. We understand it has also planned investment of around additional $1 billion in sectors like renewable energy, supply chain diversification, agriculture, MSME financing infrastructure, and healthcare projects. Prime Minister Shri Modi welcomed participation of US industry in the Indian defense manufacturing under the Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat program. A new initiative for critical and emerging technologies, ICET, was launched to forge collaborations, including with the participation of government, industry and other stakeholders on both sides in this very important area of critical and newly emerging technologies. As I mentioned earlier, both leaders reiterated their shared commitment to free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. Yesterday, the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi also attended the launch of the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework of Prosperity along with the President of US and Prime Minister of Japan, Shri Kishida. A joint statement has also been issued to underline the vision and key elements envisaged in the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework are already available in the public domain. I would simply mention that the IPF framework is structured around 4 pillars, and these are currently being negotiated among the Quad countries. And these 4 pillars are: 1. Relating to trade, 2. Supply chains, 3. Infrastructure, clean energy and decarbonization, and 4. Tax and anti-corruption. Collective discussions, as I mentioned, under these pillars will be initiated following the launch of this framework, and the following final contours of this would emerge based on discussions among the Quad countries.